Hello friends, welcome to this short video series Fun with Memory. I am Hemant Joshi. So in the first two videos, we have seen some very basic principles of how to memorize things. You must be wondering when this guy is going to tell us and give us some substance, something which is really useful for us into our day-to-day lives. So today we are going to learn about a story or a linking method. We also call it as association. Now you see, stories have very important part in our lives. The moment we used to hear stories and it starts with once upon a time, you suddenly go into a different world. You transcend into a subconscious level. Because the stories have excitement, they have what you call as different spectrum of emotions. There is curiosity, and therefore it is very easy for our brain to remember a sequence which is in a story form. So basically what you do, you link one to the next, and from the next to the third one, third to the fourth, and so on. So today what we will do is we will take a random list of maybe 7 or 8 words, and we will try to see whether we are able to memorize them. Now you see, the brain is such that our short memory can take up to 5 plus or minus 2 pieces of information at one point in time. This was a thesis written by George Miller in The Magic of number 5 plus or minus 2. So it's very easy for a normal person to remember without much efforts 4, 5 or 6, 7, even sometimes 8 or 9 random words or random pieces of information. But if you organize them in a story form and associate them, link them, then it becomes easier. So I am going to give you a list of 8 random words. I will just say something, maybe later on you can write them down. I will say them very slow to start with. So let's start with balloon, star, thunder, castle, ghost, magician, rabbit, fountain. So we have these words. If I ask you to memorize these, because they are very simple words, you probably will do it in about 2 to 3 minutes. It may be difficult to start with to do in the same sequence, but by and large you will get it. But I am going to give you a process as to how you do it even when the numbers are more than 8. For example, you have 15 or 20. So let us say we make a story, and that story goes like this. Let's say you are going on a street with a balloon in your hand. It's a red balloon, huge size of this hall. And suddenly wind comes and that balloon just slips out of your hand. And it goes higher up in the sky. And you start looking at the sky, and it's going up at a very fast pace. And at one stage it goes up and it hits a huge star, a bright star, a twinkling star. And as a result of that, the star explodes. And when the star explodes, there is a huge thunder, and you can see the lightning, the bolts from the blue. And when there is this thunder, a lightning or a bolt from the blue comes and hits a castle. And at the same time you are walking through the streets, it's all raining, it's all dark, and you decide to get inside that particular castle for a shelter. And as you are about to enter, suddenly the big door, it opens with a big noise, big sound. And what you see inside, there is a huge ghost which is jumping left and right, up and down, and trying to scare you. And then when you look at that ghost, you get scared, you are petrified. You start running around, you want to go in for a shelter. And as you are running around, suddenly a voice comes from behind. And then you look behind, and then there is a magician, with that traditional hat, and he says, "Don't worry son, I am here to help you." Now this magician, he comes nearer to you, he is smiling at you, and you feel relieved. And then all of a sudden, from the hat of that magician comes out a white fluffy rabbit. It starts running around here and there, and you are so amused and excited, and you just want to go and catch that rabbit, and you follow it. It goes from one room to the next, and then there is a huge fountain with different lights, and it gets suddenly disappeared into that fountain. So this is the story. So what we have done is we have taken some very random eclectic words and tried to weave them into a story. Now if you were to go back and try to memorize, it will be easier for you because the brain has already captured those images and those emotions. So the first one was a balloon. Balloon goes and hits a star. Then as the star is hit, there is a thunder. And then the thunder, there is a lightning which falls onto a castle. You enter inside the castle and suddenly you see a ghost. And when you are scared, a voice comes from behind, and that's the voice of a magician. And the magician, there is a hat, and under the hat there is a rabbit, a white fluffy rabbit. It starts running around. You want to follow it, and it goes and disappears into a fountain. So these are the words which we try to link. Now even if you were to try to go from backwards to forwards, it will be easier for your brain. You can even start from anywhere in the list and see what comes next. So what I would suggest to you is you try this method tonight. Maybe write these words on a piece of paper, but jumble them up. Instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 what we had, jumble them up. Maybe the rabbit comes first, then comes the castle, then comes the balloon. So just try to jumble them up. Maybe we can add another 3 or 4 just to get a better practice. And once you have this list of 12 words, random words, try to make a story. And as I said in my earlier video, make the images little vivid. Let there be some feelings, some excitement, some colors, some movements. Make them bigger, bolder, brighter. And then once you have this story, then you try to write down from first to the last. And I am sure you will be able to do it all 8 out of 8 or maybe 12 out of 12. It is not any magic. It is something which is brain friendly. And so the story or the linking and association method is very useful when it comes to memorizing a short list of maybe 10, 15, 20 words. Okay, you can even go up to 30, 40 or 50. But if the list goes beyond that, then it becomes a little bit unwieldy. So friends, I would like to stop over here, and thanks for watching this video. We will meet in the next video. Till then, take care, stay safe, and God bless. Thank you.